Why Labour's red wall could be about to crumble, and how the party is dealing with it even in the worst of times. Labour could count on a red wall stretching across North Wales and England, which remained loyal to the party. From the Mersey to the Humber, taking in the big cities of Liverpool, Manchester, Sheffield and Hull and their surrounding areas, supporting Labour was ingrained in generations of working-class voters. But that wall could be about to crumble. A detailed YouGov analysis released on Wednesday will send a chill down Labour spines because it predicts a succession of previous party strongholds falling into Boris Johnson's hands. 4 seats in North Wales, 2 in Greater Manchester, 2 in Derbyshire, 2 in Nottinghamshire and 3 in South Yorkshire could turn blue. Labour's veteran left-wing talisman, Dennis Skinner, who has represented the former mining constituency of Bolsover for almost half a century, could be contemplating retirement after the 12th of December poll. Historic allegiance. The other factor connecting the seats apart from their historic allegiance to Labour is that they voted heavily for Brexit, and the fracturing of traditional political bonds in 2016 is being reflected in the election campaign 3 years later. For instance, Don Valley, where the former minister Caroline Flint is at risk of losing her seat, has been represented by Labour for 97 years. It is also in an area which backed Leave by a margin of 2-1. The poll findings are reflected by the message Labour canvassers are receiving on the ground. The party is preparing to recalibrate its campaign strategy in an admission that it had underestimated the likelihood of previous supporters to be wooed by Mr Johnson's promise to get Brexit done in January. It will turn its focus onto the Red Wall as well as other parts of England such as the West Midlands and the North East, where Labour support is vulnerable, by highlighting its promises to end austerity by heavy investment in hospitals and infrastructure. Bread and butter issues. The hope is that its emphasis on bread and butter issues will trump Leave voters' impatience over Labour's perceived equivocation over the issue. It is understood that shadow ministers perceived as more sympathetic to Brexit, including Richard Bergen, Rebecca Long-Bailey, Laura Pidcock and John Trickett, will be given a higher profile. Calmer Labour and Tory heads will argue that the parties were here before in 2017. Theresa May targeted all the same Northern and Midlands seats and only won 5 as traditional loyalties returned in the run-up to polling day. But Jeremy Corbyn's team is well aware that history will not necessarily repeat itself.